the things that I specialize in is 19th century American women writers, and through that specialty I get called upon to teach a lot of courses focusing on women writers. And my students often ask me if women writers are more or less likely to write in a specific genre, and oftentimes that genre seems to be short story. Short story is something that's very easy to teach to undergraduates because they're short. You can cover it in a class period in a lot of detail. And my response to that particular question is no, although I think that the perception of critics is that women do more frequently write in short stories. Starting with going back probably to the 17th, throughout the early part of the 18th century, the perception was that poetry was really hard to write. So women were widely discouraged not only from writing poetry, but also from reading very extensively. It was thought that reading too much would addle their brains and cause them to go crazy. So when women start writing poetry, and then they move pretty quickly into writing the novel. And many historians speculate that's because you can write a novel in fits and starts, whereas it's harder to sit down. It's easier to write a novel when you're dealing with interruptions, where it's less easy to write poetry. And women do start to move into the 19th century of writing a lot of short stories, but not any more or less than men, I think. I think that the short story is particularly good for certain gendered issues, and women are writing them throughout the 19th century, dealing with issues like motherhood and childbirth, issues of temperance, and there are short story cycles by authors like Flannery O'Connor, who's writing primarily in the 1950s and considering what it means to be a Christian woman in the South of the United States. So I think it's a genre that speaks to women, and that women certainly have, for lack of a better way to put it, taken it and run with it.